Okay, the neuroscience behind material brilliance. This is an interesting one because people can have a bit of a hesitancy sometimes when we talk about material brilliance because they think, oh, that means if I want high material brilliance, people are going to think that I'm shallow. I only care about the shiny things. And that's not the case. Material brilliance is really about being grateful and having gratitude for the things that are already in your life and having those aspirations to get those things that are meaningful and significant to you. And it's actually about getting rid of the things that are just shiny and are just dangling in front of you that you don't really want or you don't really need. Now, I'm not saying that you need to live a minimalist lifestyle. I'm saying you can have the nice cars, the nice houses, a million investment properties if that's meaningful and significant to you. But run your own race. Don't play somebody else's game. Don't keep up with the Joneses. Make brilliance your benchmark and go after what's important and what actually matters to you. So because from a neuroscience perspective, when we have material brilliance, that's due to a direct connection between our brain and the material objects in our lives. And as humans, well, actually as living things, this is just who we are and how it works. Whether you're a bird that goes and collects shiny things to put in your nest or puts your feathers up behind you to try and attract a mate, it's who we are. It's within us. And research backs this up. You know, it shows that when we buy something new and when we buy something exciting that's meaningful for us, there's an increase in the levels of dopamine because that's associated with how excited and how much pleasure you get. And it gets released in the brain. This is why we binge shop sometimes, because we just want a quick hit of something that gives us that sense of pleasure. But it doesn't always last unless we're focusing on things that are actually meaningful and significant and things that aren't actually shallow. What this means is even if we don't have a lot, having something new and having something exciting, it can increase our overall happiness or our overall life satisfaction. And if we invest in things like experiences to create memories as opposed to physical objects and physical things, well, this can also release dopamine, right? And that dopamine comes in a different way. It doesn't come from that thing of I've got something new and exciting. It comes from the anticipation of the experience coming up. And then it also comes when we reflect on the experience later, which is why we always like to set when we want to set holidays, we want to set things that are coming up. Christmas, how excited do we get about Christmas? And something that's really important is take photos, take videos, create memories, because when you look back on those memories, you're going to get a little bit of that dopamine hit as well. So don't be worried if you are interested about material brilliance and if you want better material things in your life. It only makes you shallow if those things don't actually mean anything to you. So remember that. Be aspirational, figure out what you want in life and go out and get it. Just don't run somebody else's race.